right, let's get this party started. Welcome back for those that came to the 2022 conference. Welcome for the first time for those that it's the first time. I'm going to go over a couple housekeeping items just to make sure. I'd like everybody to take out their phones if they're not out already, and please put them on vibrate or off. I know a lot of you have kiddos being taken care of by others here, but if you could silence them, that'd be great, or keep them on vibrate. Next, we have the biorepository reminder. Who's gone to the biorepository? Oh, no, we haven't started that yet. Who's planning on going to the biorepository? All right. And it is right over here in this room, so it's very convenient. Right over here. Outside of these doors, and then the first doors to your left. So far, we're excited to have over 20 patients already participate in the biorepository over the course of last year, furthering BBSOS research. And it took 12 months to get those 20 participants. And even in the span of just 2 days, we are thrilled to be able to get that same number in just 2 days. So very, very excited. Yes. You all are making history by doing this. I know it's not a very fun process, but it is so worth it, and you're making history. Okay, next item. Feel free to leave the room and come back if you need to. If little ones are getting anxious or you need to use the restroom, we are offering a break, a 15-minute break, and we'll try and squeeze a 5-minute one after that, but if not, just feel free to come and go. Okay, virtual attendees. Do we have virtual attendees? Or yes? Two so far? Okay.
Oh, no, there was a lot. They were all in there.
Okay, 24. I was going to say, that doesn't sound right. Welcome, virtual attendees. Thank you so much for joining us. For those that English is not your first language, we have incorporated Zoom live captioning translations, and I think we have a video to show you about how to go ahead and do that. Do we have that? Where's Ashley? There you are.
Oh, I have to go down there and do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we don't have like a live. It was like live.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to do that
Yeah.
after we finish this?
Sure. Okay. Okay, Ashley will go ahead and show you how to do the live captioning in just a minute. Okay, another quick reminder, QR codes. There will be QR codes in some of the presentations. For those virtually, especially, be really helpful to scan that QR code. It'll take you to the site where you can find more information on that particular subject. Okay, right now I want to introduce the board, our 2024 Board of Directors. They're going to say their name briefly and where they're from and their child's name and what their position is on the board. You will get to know some of the board members a little bit more because some of them will be presenting as well. So we'll go ahead and start over on this side with Tim.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I'm Tim Coughlin. I'm originally from New Jersey, but now I live in London, England. Proud dad to Edith and Alice there, and I am the fundraising chair.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Brian Reed. I'm the incoming treasurer for the board here. I live in Austin, Texas, originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I do not have a child with BBSOS, but I grew up with a sister who had Ohtahara syndrome, which was a form of epilepsy and epileptic conditions. So glad to be here and look forward to meeting everybody.
And if I could just jump in real quick with regards to Brian. We did an extensive search and interview. We were ready to take on a board member that wasn't directly related to BBSOS to sort of fill the gaps and skills that we needed. Brian was an excellent candidate, and we brought it up in one of the board meetings. Well, should we ask if he could come to Florida to join the conference? That would be it's perfect timing. Before we even asked him, he said, well, I booked my flights, so I'll be there. So that just shows the commitment. Brian is ready to work. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Thalen. I'm the research chair. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and our daughter is Haley, who's 7.
I'm Ashley Manhunt-Stiersdorfer. My daughter is Emma, and I am the Communications Committee Chair, and I am on the conference committee as well.
Social media, that's her gig.
My name is Katia Roda. I'm from Miami, Florida. I am the chair of the patient registry, and I have a little boy running around here named Nicholas. He's 9.
My name is Bridget Hinker. I'm from Pagosa Springs, Colorado. My daughter is Brielle Hinker, and I am the conference chair.
Hello, I'm Jen Higgins-Nickel. I'm from right outside of Philadelphia. My daughter is Maggie, and I am the secretary and involved in the fundraising committee.
Hello, I'm Jeff Thalen. My wife is Melissa. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and my daughter is Haley, and I am the outgoing treasurer. And happy to have Brian here.
Let's give it up for Jeff for he's also co-founder of the foundation as well, so let's give it up for Jeff. Thank you. Where does this go? Oh, yeah. Real quick.
Hi, good morning. I'm Jennifer Coughlin. I am the Vice President until 4 o'clock tomorrow for my sins. My husband Tim is on the board, and our 3-year-old daughter Edith, who has BBS and SOAS, and our oldest daughter Alice as well, who's 5. I'm going to share more with you about myself and our journey with getting involved with the foundation tomorrow. But really grateful that you're all here. Thank you so much. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you all. So thank you for making the trip and for taking the time online to sit through the next 5 hours each day. So thank you.
Okay. Well, for those that don't know, I actually did not introduce myself. I apologize. I'm Carly Monnier, president and co-founder of the NR2F1 Foundation. My daughters are Cedelle and Vivienne. Cedelle is 11, and she lives with BBSOAS. And my husband over there, Jeff, who is the best. Okay. Quickly, I'd like to introduce, we have 2 of our scientific advisory board members here. We have Dr. Christian Schaff and Sarah Poliquin, our scientific officer. Yay. Also examples of dedication. Sarah just moved across the country just last week, and she's here. So she's in the midst of moving right now, so we're happy to have her. And of course, Dr. Schaff, yes. Dr. Schaff came all the way, as you know, from Germany to join us here. So we're very grateful for that as well. So exciting, we have an international audience in the room and online. So here in the room, we have the US, of course, Canada, UK, France, and we have 95 total here at the conference. Virtually, we have people from Canada, Chile, Germany, Spain, France, UK, Korea, Poland, the US, and the Netherlands. And in the US, we have 23 joining us online, 23 states. 23 states. Okay. Well, without further ado, we'll get this conference kicked off and started. I'd like the board to go ahead and take a seat, relax. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the 2024 Family and Scientific Conference. I wanted to go ahead and get us started with a little BBSOAS Strong cheer. For those of you that attended in 2022, you might remember what that was. So I say BBSOAS, and you all say strong, because that's what we are. We are a room full of really strong, resilient people and kids. So I just want to start off with that. Don't be shy, please, because I'll make you do it again. BBSOAS. Strong. All right, that's pretty good. Virtually, go ahead and shout that in your room or your office, wherever you are. Okay. So, of course, I would like to thank our sponsors. Thank you. Thank you to all of our sponsors who stepped up and helped us make this conference happen. We raised $7,500 from all of our sponsors in total to help cover the cost. So thank you very, very much. Hand to all of our sponsors. And then, of course, a big thank you to our gold sponsor, Coughlin, Midledge, and Garland. Board member Patrick, who is not here, but Patrick is also a new board member for our foundation and works at CMG, as well as BBSOAS grandparents, Kevin and Terry Coughlin, who are also here today. They made a very healthy donation to this conference as a sponsor, and we're very grateful. They also provide pro bono legal support for our foundation, so very, very grateful for them too. So please, round of a hand. Okay. So it has been a little over 5 years since we founded this foundation, and I honestly. So we celebrated our 5-year anniversary last November, and I can't believe how far we've come. This is not what I would have imagined, having a worldwide audience, virtually and in person, speaking about research and moving forward advocacy for BBSOAS. So this, briefly share with you the story. A group of us got together after the 2018 conference that was hosted by Texas Children's Hospital and Baylor College of Medicine, and Dr. Christian Schaff pretty much facilitated the whole thing, which was amazing. I reached out, gave him a call, and said, can we get together? Some families are talking about it. And he said, sure, well, let's do it. So they hosted our very first conference. At that conference, we knew that if a group of us parents, if we didn't do anything with this, with BBSOAS, that nobody else was going to. That would kind of just stay where it was. So we knew we had to get organized and push for research, more research. And as I always say, we never underestimate the power of parent advocacy, for sure. So you'll see the pictures over there are the original co-founders, and we have a couple here today. We have Jen, of course, Jen Nickel, who's on the board now, and Meredith, our original co-founder and vice president. So without the amazing work of these parents, we wouldn't be where we are today. So we started meeting on Zoom right after the conference, May 2018, and then thanks to a BBSOS mom and her employer, Paramark Realty, who was also a sponsor last conference and this conference, who paid for the incorporation fees, we became an official 501c3 nonprofit in November 18th, 2018. Yay. And I'll let Jen take over.
Thanks. So in January 2023, we came together as a board to create our 5-year strategic plan. We aim to clearly articulate what the organisation stands for, what the goals for the future are, and to hold ourselves accountable for measuring and communicating our progress. Our strategy has 3 strategic objectives or pillars: education, advocacy, and research. Each pillar has key measurable goals, and we are keeping you updated on these goals through our newsletters and communications. It's also incredibly helpful for Carly and I, because every time we think of a new project or initiatives, we ask ourselves, does this align with our strategy? And I'm secretly really grateful as well, because the next few years I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm delivering against these goals. If you haven't already seen our strategic plan, you can find this on our website, and there's a handy QR code here as well that will take you straight there. So that's been a really big project for us over the past 15 months. Can you flip to the next slide? So, as well as our strategic plan, we have our research roadmap. So under research pillar is the strategy. We had the goal, engage the scientific advisory board and external researchers to build a research strategy. So in October last year, we gathered our scientific advisors and our board members together in Denver, and it was an incredibly powerful moment to have them all in one room and really sharing the updates and ideas and questions together. We asked them a question: how can the foundation help you and your teams in your labs? It's from this that we've created our research roadmap and identified a series of projects that as a foundation we want to sponsor and pay for. So we've got a big tick today already on one of our goals, and it was to have the combined brain team here to collect patient samples for our biorepository so that they are readily available to our scientists. Now, we appreciate that this isn't cheap and this is a big expense, but having all of our families here together to be able to collect those samples in one go is really powerful and unique for us. If you flip to the next slide. Is it Elsa? Yeah. Great. So this is an absolutely huge achievement for us, and it's nothing short of huge. At present, our scientific advisors, while they're all absolutely wonderful, they're only able to give the organisation part of their time. BBSOAS isn't any of their full-time jobs. Now, we want to change that, and we felt that the only way for us to do so was to really be able to sponsor our own. So we're really excited to announce that after a really strong year of fundraising last year, and with all your help, we have our very first NR2F1 sponsored postdoctoral researcher starting next month in Dr. Schaaf's lab in Heidelberg. Elsa Wasmere will join us in mid-May, and every single day she'll be dedicated to researching BBSOAS. Carly, did you ever dream that would happen?
No, not at all.
Dr. Schaaf's going to share a video from Elsa with us tomorrow, so I'll let you hear more. But this is beyond huge for us. We're so grateful. And if you flip to the next slide. You're back up.
Okay, so we'd like to sort of keep summarizing our key achievements in the past 2 years, making up for lost time. If we do the math, we co-founded in end of 2018. We had 1 full year of sort of normal operation, and then the pandemic came. So we rode the wave of that pandemic, and then did the best we could, and got back to work. So one of the biggest achievements was declaring BBSOAS Awareness Day internationally around the world, which is December 7th, and that is the birthday of Peggy. Peggy was patient number 1. Peggy's family sort of started the Inquisition, asking questions, visiting with Dr. Schaaf. It's an amazing story, so please learn more about that if you can. We also, let's see. We launched our patient registry at the last conference. Do we have that one up? Okay. We launched the first ever worldwide NR2F1 BBSOAS patient registry at our last conference. And since then, through a series of grants that we worked towards, it's available completely from start to finish in 8 languages. And today we have 126 families signed up. And Katya, our patient registry chair, will tell you more about the patient registry. Next. And then more achievements here. We helped launch the first ever BBSOAS Center of Excellence with Dr. Schaaf and his team at Cincinnati Children's Hospital. And he's been looking at children with BBSOAS and learning more about his visual findings. And he'll be speaking later about that, his early findings with the clinic. We also funded Dr. Shaw's lab to test 2 compounds for the treatment of BBSOAS, and that was in preparation for a really large grant that we're applying for. We also funded Dr. Schaaf's TRIP BBSOAS research project, which is a collaboration between NR2F1 France and Germany. And you'll hear more about that from Melissa and Dr. Schaaf later.
Okay. A huge achievement that we've obviously said is the biorepository. So let me back up a second as well, just to explain what a biorepository is. So it's a facility that collects, catalogues, and stores samples of biological material, so blood and urine samples, for laboratory research. The research and medical community use these samples from biorepositories for research studies, and we want to make sure that BBSOAS is represented in as many studies as possible, and that means having as many samples from our community readily available. For a disorder like BBSOAS, there are potentially more variability than some of the other disorders due to the range of phenotypes and the genetic variants. So we really do need as many as possible. We've already mentioned, but last year, Combined Brain did a tour across the US, and that enabled us to collect 20 samples. But it was nothing short of hard work to really make sure that we got to that total of 20. We are so grateful that we've got the team on site for the next 2 days to try and to collect more. And the Combined Brain team will be on tour across the US again this year. So we'll be sending out the dates shortly. So if you're not here and you're online and you'd like to participate within the US, there's still time. We will send you those list of dates, and we really hope that we can perhaps even double that number this year. And it's such a unique chance to have your child's DNA used in research. And if you can flip to the next slide. Now, I appreciate that this sounds like quite a lengthy old list, and you might be sort of getting a little bit bored. But I think just to sort of appreciate that these achievements have all been achieved over the past 12 months. And it's sort of the group of parents that you saw at the front. And it's nobody's full-time job to do this. So it's really incredible that we've got this lengthy list to bore you with. So the website is a huge piece for us. We know that upon diagnosis, families come straight to our website. Even before diagnosis, our own neurologist found the website and referenced it to us in our diagnosis. Last year, we made the website available in 4 languages. We created a library of all the published NR2F1 papers, allowing you to access those for free without having to pay. And we created some guides for families as well. But we know that 4 languages isn't enough. And also the website has grown organically, and it's not necessarily easy to navigate and find information. So behind the scenes, we are working with an amazing team of web designers, developers, and content specialists who have generously offered their skills and time for free to help us create a brand new website. We want to make sure that we make the journey of a newly diagnosed family as easy as possible, as well as giving you, our community, easy ways to find out the latest news and opportunities. And we hope to launch the website later this year.
Okay, we'll continue with our key achievements. So in 2023, we hosted 5 virtual family support sessions for BBSOAS parents, and this year we've already hosted 2, and we will have them every month. We'll also be, hopefully with the support of some family volunteers, we'll be offering more in Spanish and maybe different languages as we go forward. We also, with the help of a BBSOAS grandparent, Rita, Meredith's mom, Meredith over here, co-founder. She volunteered to moderate and start up the BBSOAS grandparents page on Facebook. So they have their own page to talk about our kids without our prying eyes and ears. Next. So one of the biggest achievements was we grew our volunteer base. And we want to thank all the volunteers out there in this room and out there virtually who have helped in any capacity. And thank you for those who stepped forward. For our newsletter appeals for help, we know who you are. And you've probably heard our message many times. So really, we're only able to do this with all the hard work and 2 really strong years of fundraising from our community, showing us that even though we are small, we are a mighty group of committed families around the world. Everything we do has been, or able to do, is expensive. It costs money. Even just to operate the foundation, it's about 20 to 30 grand a year. So we thank you all for your support. And you'll hear about more fundraising, more about fundraising and how to get involved tomorrow from Tim and Jen. Okay, well, let's get started with our speakers. We're a little bit behind, but that's okay. I'm not going to stress about that at all. So again, before we get started again, I just want to remind us all, let's do another quick cheer as we get going. BBSOAS, strong. All right, thank you very much.